All right, welcome everyone. We're diving deep today into Bordersville, that dramatic series everyone's been talking about over on Tubi.
Yeah, this one's been popping up in our inbox a lot lately. Seems like our listeners are really curious about it.
Absolutely. You guys sent us the link and basically said, hey, we need the breakdown on this show.
Yep.
So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to really dig into what Tubi's presenting here.
Give you the full rundown.
Yep, the premise, those crucial first episodes, the whole 9 yards. By the end, you'll know if the show's going to grab you, especially if you're into those real-life inspired dramas, the kind with juicy secrets and those, shocking moments that make you go, whoa.
Definitely. Let's unpack it.
Yeah.
Starting with, well, the fact that it's inspired by real-life stories.
Right.
That jumps out right away.
It totally does. So what's your take on that? Why do you think that phrase alone is such a hook for viewers, for us even?
Well, think about it. It's more than just, made-up stuff. It's suggesting a connection to actual events.
Mm-hmm.
And not just any events. We're talking deceit, greed, and crimes that shocked their communities.
Oh, yeah. There's that extra layer.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's not just personal drama, it's community-level impact. Makes you think, these aren't just isolated incidents, right? These are things that rippled outward, affected a lot of people.
Creates a whole different kind of tension.
Right. And, humans, we're fascinated by true stories, especially ones about betrayal and those dark secrets within communities. Makes you wonder, could this happen in my town? Who do I trust? It kind of taps into those primal anxieties about safety and who's got your back,
Makes sense. It's like we try to understand the unthinkable by looking at when it actually happened somewhere else to other people. It's almost like a safe way to process those anxieties about our own lives and communities.
Exactly, like a cautionary tale playing out on screen.
Now, the Tubi page also mentions some practical things. Premiered in 2020, TV 14 rating.
So definitely aiming for a mature audience, but with some content considerations.
Makes sense. And importantly, it has English subtitles. Opens it up to a wider audience for sure.
Yeah, accessibility is huge these days.
So given that TV 14 rating and those themes of deceit and greed, what kind of scenarios are you picturing playing out in Bordersville? What kind of stories could fit that mold?
Well, with that rating, you're likely going to see some morally gray areas.
Yeah.
Right? It's not always going to be clear-cut, good versus bad.
Right, more nuanced than that.
Exactly. And the themes themselves, deceit and greed, they suggest stories about people's motivations, why they do the things they do, the choices they make, and of course the consequences, both for themselves and for those around them.
Ah, so we're not just going to see the crime itself, but the ripple effect.
Yeah, the human cost. And remember that shock their communities bit. That hints at crimes that aren't just, small-time stuff. These were big deals, events that left a mark emotionally and socially.
Yeah.
It's about exploring that darker side of human nature, but within a context that feels familiar, like a community setting. And that can be super unsettling for viewers. It's like, this could happen anywhere, even in a place that seems safe and normal.
Definitely sets a potentially tense stage, like something's about to erupt.
Right, like a powder keg ready to blow.
All right, let's move on to the cast. Tubi lists Gabriel Bush, Kiara Cruz, Paris Cruz, Lauren Key, and DeCavian Branford as the stars.
A solid lineup.
And get this, Kiara Cruz is also listed as the director.
Interesting. How do you think having an actor in the director's chair might shape the show?
It's got to bring a different perspective, right? Someone who understands performance from the inside out.
Totally. When an actor directs, they bring that deep understanding of character and nuance, how to pull out those raw, believable emotions from their cast. Especially in a series that's drawing on real events, having that sensitivity to the human element could make the portrayals even more authentic,
Adds another layer of realism.
Right. Plus, wearing both hats, actor and director, could mean a more unified vision for the story. They're not just telling the story, they're living it in a way.
That's a really interesting point. And speaking of the story, it looks like we're just dealing with season 1 for now.
That's what Tubi indicates, so we'll stick to what we know about this initial season.
Perfect. Ready to jump into the episode specifics?
Let's do it. I'm already intrigued just by the episode titles. They give you a little taste of the drama to come.
Right. They're like little appetizers.
Exactly. They're designed to hook you, make you want to know more. So let's see what these titles are telling us about the world of Bordersville.
Okay. Episode 1, positive or negative. We've got Yanni, a 16-year-old, already raising her sister, basically doing it all on her own.
Wow, tough situation.
Yeah. And now she's facing a pregnancy. On top of that, we're introduced to her mother, Kim, described as materialistic, money and men are her priorities. Seems like a recipe for conflict, right?
Oh, absolutely. The title, Positive or Negative, It's obviously referring to the pregnancy test, right? But I think it goes deeper than that. It's about the potential impact on Yanni's life. Will this news be a turning point for the better, or will it make everything even
The
harder?
stakes are already so high.
Yeah, and then you contrast that with her mom, Kim. Seems pretty detached, focused on her own thing. Makes you wonder, will she be there for Yanni, or will she just add to the drama?
Yeah, it's not just the biological aspect, right? It's the emotional, the practical, the whole weight of it all.
So much uncertainty right from the start.
Moving on to episode 2, I Googled it. This episode introduces Zoe, who's developing a serious obsession with Yanni. Uh-oh, never a good sign.
Red flag alert right there.
Right. And then there's Kim. Turns out she's got this whole alter ego thing going on, calls herself Cash. And she's taking some big risks with this other identity. It's like we're watching a train wreck about to happen.
The title, I Googled it. It's so relevant today, right? We're all about the instant information. But it also highlights how that information can get twisted, fuel obsessions, lead to trouble. It's like a modern spin on the classic stalker trope.
Definitely adds a layer of creepiness to the whole thing.
For sure. And then Kim, with her alter ego, Cash, it begs the question, what's she running from? Is it just escapism? Is she after money, or is there something darker going on? The fact that she's taking risks means this double life is going to catch up with her, and it's probably not going to be pretty. And then you have Zoe snooping online, potentially digging up dirt on Yanni and Kim, living this secret life that's bound to implode.
Talk about a ticking time bomb. And then we get to episode 3, Where Are My Kids? Kim's past is coming back to haunt her, and she's teetering on the edge of a breakdown.
That title, Where Are My Kids? Instant panic,
Yeah.
right? You immediately worry about their safety, and knowing that Kim's about to lose it, it suggests that whatever she's been tangled up in, it's now directly threatening her children.
The stakes just went way up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This feels like the point where everything starts to unravel. Whatever control Kim had, it's slipping away, and the consequences are going to hit hard.
And on that ominous note, we arrive at episode 4, What Next? Short, simple, but man, does it pack a punch.
What next? It's like that feeling when you've been hit with one thing after another and you just can't catch a break.
The synopsis basically says Kim's got all this stuff going on, and then, bam, some devastating news. It's like, how much more can this woman take?
It's that point in the story where things go from bad to worse. Whatever stability was left, it's shattered. It makes you wonder,
Right.
what could possibly be worse than everything she's already dealing with? And how will she cope? It's a cliffhanger moment leaving you on the edge of your seat.
It's like you can feel the walls closing in on her.
Exactly. And then we shift gears with episode 5, It Ain't That Hard. We're back to Yanni, and this time we meet Dee.
Sounds like they're dealing with the realities of parenthood, figuring out that, well, it ain't easy.
The title, It Ain't That Hard, it's almost sarcastic, right?
Yeah.
Because anyone who's been a parent knows it's definitely hard. It hints at the struggles they're facing, maybe the naivety of young parents. But then there's that added layer of suspense. We're told, Zoe better watch his back, because someone is definitely watching him.
So even amidst the diapers and feedings, there's this lurking danger.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, is this connected to Zoe's obsession? Or is there something else going on, another threat entirely? It's like, even in the mundane moments, there's this underlying tension, a feeling that things could go bad really quickly.
So just from these early episodes, it's clear that Bordersville is weaving together a lot of different threads. You've got teenage pregnancy, family drama, risky secrets, and this constant sense of looming danger.
It's a potent mix, and those episode titles are like little whispers, hinting at the chaos to come. They give you just enough to pique your interest without spoiling the surprises. And the fact that it's all inspired by real events makes it even more intriguing.
Absolutely. It's like these aren't just made-up stories for entertainment. These are situations grounded in reality, which makes them hit a lot closer to home.
Right. You can imagine that the emotions, the crises, the bad decisions, it's all rooted in actual human experiences, making it more impactful and maybe even a little disturbing. It's like holding up a mirror to the darker side of human nature.
So for our listeners tuning in, wanting that quick but deep understanding of Bordersville, here's what we've gathered. It's a series that dives into the lives of everyday people, like Yanni, a teenage mom facing incredible challenges, and her mother, Kim, who's got this whole secret life that's about to explode. Then you've got Zoe with her unsettling fixation and the constant threat of something darker lurking just beneath the surface.
And the thing that really sets Bordersville apart is that it blends these very personal, relatable struggles, like the complexities of family and the challenges of parenthood, with those darker, more dramatic elements of deception and potential criminal activity. It's a reminder that life can take unexpected turns, that sometimes ordinary circumstances can spiral into extraordinary and shocking events, often driven by basic human flaws like greed and the consequences of deceit.
It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck. You can't help but be fascinated, even though you know it's not going to end well.
And the fact that it's all drawn from real-life stories adds this layer of, wow, this actually happened somewhere. Makes you question, could it happen here? What choices would I make in those situations?
Big questions, for sure. All right, so to wrap up our initial deep dive into Bordersville, we've established that it's a drama series on Tubi, inspired by real-life stories of deceit, greed, and those shocking crimes that reverberate through entire communities. We've glimpsed into the lives of Yanni, a young mother navigating a complex family dynamic, and Kim, struggling with a risky double life and a past that's catching up to her. And we've seen hints of Zoe's obsession and the potential for things to take a dangerous turn.
We've analyzed those first 5 episodes of season 1, and those episode titles, they're not just random, they're like breadcrumbs leading us deeper into this world of secrets and drama.
And for you, our listener, the big takeaway is this. Bordersville seems to offer a captivating blend of personal struggles, those universal themes of family and responsibility, mixed with the thrill of potential criminal activity, all supposedly based on real events.
It promises those aha moments, those times when you recognize yourself in the character's choices. Or maybe you're shocked by the consequences of those choices. It's a show that could make you think, could make you feel, and maybe even make you look at your own community a little differently.
So as we sign off, here's something to ponder. With its roots in real-life events and its exploration of those intense personal relationships under extreme pressure, what do you think Bordersville might reveal about human nature? And how does that element of shocking crimes heighten the tension and pull you into the story? Something to think about until our next deep dive.
Until then, happy watching.
And stay curious, everyone!